For the echoes. There it is. Let's see what you got.
You're not sharing your screen, Cole.
Hey, Richard.
There it went.
Welcome to our Cool Outdoors, everybody. And today we're doing our catfishing show. Let me make sure I have everything. Okay, everything's already muted. So let's take a look at what we're doing today. We're going to be talking about the differences between catfishing from the boat and from the bank. In the house right now, we have 15 people. And before we do introduce you to our guests, we're going to have Grant go through and do a shout out for everyone who's in the room right now.
Good morning, Caribbean Girl, Frogger's Garage, Goober Outdoors, Jay's 0530, Les Eats 37, Short Fry, Strung Out Outdoors, Via Hook, Sales EDU and more, PD Fishing, Quirky Monkey, aka Pop, Andrew Fisherman, K&B Anglers. Good morning.
And good morning, everybody. If we missed you, we're sorry. That means you weren't in the actual description yet. But today we have Keeping It Real Fishing and Peel and Drag. So, we're going to kind of go over the differences, the techniques that they use from the bank and from the boat and how it's so different. So, can you each tell us a little bit about yourselves and how you target your favorite fish, the catfish?
Go ahead, Rich.
I fished the Carolinas. I fished pretty much about all the lakes in the Carolinas, North Carolina, South Carolina. My primary lakes that I fish is Lake Wiley and Lake Watery. I'm a big-time tournament fishing. I love to fish tournaments. I'm not saying that I'm any good at it, but I love to fish tournaments. That's pretty much it about me.
Okay, Peel and Drag. How about you?
Right. Well, I'm a bank fisherman. I get in the boat every now and then with some of my fellas, my guys or whatever. But for the most part, I be on the bank fishing. I target these fish in these rivers I have around here in my area. I'm in the West Tennessee area, in the West Kentucky area, and I have like 4 different river systems that I fish around here. So I'm blessed to have the water that I have around here to be able to get on some fish. And,
that is absolutely awesome. And what are you guys' average fish are catching? What's the difference between the bank and the shore? Who's catching bigger fish?
I think it's pretty much the same. It's you got some guys in boats that go out there and they can't catch a fish, and then you got guys in boats that go out there and they catch big fish every time they go. Same with bank fishermen. You got bank fishermen go out there don't catch anything, and you got bank fishermen go out there and catch big fish every time they go, like Bill. I think it's all in who wants to spend the most time on the water and do the most studying of their lake, finding different areas to fish, and I think there's a lot of homework to it. I guess it's equal bank fishing and boat fishing. It's all in time on the water and who's going to do the most homework.
What do you think, Peel and Drag? Do you think you have an advantage fishing from the bank?
well, the only advantage I have is like Richard said, studying. I mean, you just can't go out there and throw a bait and expect to catch a hog. You know what I'm saying? You can't do it. You might get lucky and throw a bait and catch a hog, but for the most part, I do a lot of studying of the waters that I fish. That's how I get on fish.
Yeah, I think that's common for anyone. If they're going to get on a fish, they have to understand where the fish are and how to get on them. So if you guys are just doing some of the studying, what are you guys looking for Are you guys looking for different things when you're fishing from the boat or from the bank?
Me, I am more of a structure fisherman, and structure can be identified in a number of different ways. Some people look at structure as in brush piles, log jams. Some people look at structure as in the map of the lake of how the contours, holes, humps, points, and stuff like that. Me, when I say structure fishing, I pretty much target brush piles, log jams, underwater points that's holding a lot of debris. And the reason I target them areas is like bass fishermen, they target brush piles. I target brush piles because there's always bait around a log jam or a brush pile. If you're ever on a boat, you look at your sonar, you go over a brush pile, 90% of the time you'll see bait around that brush pile. And them catfish, they know where them brush piles are, and they know they can go to them brush piles and feed. So that's kind of why I target brush piles, log jams, and stuff like that.
How about you, Peel and Drag? What are you targeting from the bank?
Well, I target current. I like fish current. I don't really like fishing lakes, because when you fish lakes like that, you have to do like Richard said. You have to anchor up on them fish, and then they could be anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I fish moving water, 4 miles an hour, 4 to 6, 7, 8 mile an hour water that's moving. That's what I like to fish. And I'm using anywhere from 6 to 8 ounces of lead just to keep my bait still. And when you have that, you're gonna always have an eddy off of a point or something like that that's breaking. That's a current break for those fish to chill out in, to get out of that fast moving water. Typically, on a drop off, I find on my sonar, something I have on my phone, on my laptop, where a drop off is. That's mainly what I target. And I just set up and throw a bait and see what happens, man. That's all I do.
So Peel and Drag, are you kind of keeping your bait on the edge of that drop off, or are you putting it down in the hole?
Well, I'll put one on top of the lids, and I'll put one off the drop off, just to see if they active and they feeding, they'll be on top of that ledge instead of being on that drop off. So I just put 2 baits in there in 2 different spots just to see, and then 9 times out of 10 they're gonna hit one of them. So that's all it is to it.
So keeping it real. So when you're targeting your brush piles, are you kind of fishing above them? Are you fishing next to them? How do you target them?
Well, I got a unique way of how I do that. I actually got a video I'm going to be coming out with here in a few weeks of how I actually fish brush piles. So what I kind of do is, if I find a brush pile that I like and I see bait around it, and a lot of times even if I don't see bait around it, I'll still fish it. But if I see a brush pile, I'll get my boat directly over top of it, and I will mark it as a waypoint on my sonar. Then I will pull forward about 180 feet in front of that brush pile. I know I got a 100-foot anchor rope, so I'll drop my anchor rope, I'll back up, which puts me roughly between 80, 70 feet away from that brush pile, and I'll drop my back anchor. Now, I have another reel that has a line counter on it. I'll use that one to toss my first bait. And what I do is, I know I'm roughly around 70 feet from that brush pile. I'll take that rod and I'll cast it, and I'll watch the line counter. When I get about 70, 80 feet of line out on that line counter, I'll stop my bait, and wherever it drops in the water, that's where I'll throw the rest of my rods to where that one landed. Because then I know that all my baits are within that area of that brush pile. I don't sit directly on top of it.
So how many rods are you using from the bank?
Well, if I'm lazy, I use 2. But if I'm having a hard day of fishing, I use 3 or 4 rods and spread them out. I call it the triangle. What I do, if I have about 4 rods, I'll put out 4 rods, and then I'll space them out 30 yards from each other. So if I'm moving this bank, when I pack up, I'll sit there 15 minutes. And then when I pack up that last rod that I had sitting right there, I'll start from there and move down. That's how I do it. So I find the fish.
Yeah, that's a good technique to cover water quite quickly, actually, because at 30 yards apiece and 4 rods,
Yep.
you're covering 120 yards of bank.
Right.
So how many rods are you using from the boat team? Keeping it real.
It depends. We're allowed to use as many rods as we want on our boat, but I typically have, if I'm trolling and pulling planer boards, I'll have about 8 rods out. If I'm anchored up, it's usually about the same, 8 to 10 rods.
Yeah, here in Michigan, we're only allowed to have 3 rods at any time per person. So
yeah,
I mean that puts a little damper in doing that technique for us. So here's the thing. So we got the bank versus the boat right now. So if you were gonna teach keeping it or peel and drag something about boat fishing, what would you teach them?
Don't buy a boat. It costs too much money to maintain. Keep it on the bank.
How about you, Peel and Drag? What would you teach him about bank fishing?
Well, I just take him out there. He knows a whole lot, so it ain't too much that I need to teach him. I mean, only thing it's gonna be a little hard on him because he's gonna have to do a lot of moving. He ain't used to doing all that moving on that boat.
I will tell you though, Peel and Drag is one of them anglers to where if there would ever happen to be a face-off, me against him on the bank, me on the boat, honestly, I'd be nervous about it. He's just as good from the bank as most people are from a boat. So
I just try. That's all I'm doing, bro.
So what kind of boat control do you actually have to have for fishing from the boat? Keeping it real. I gotta keep you guys.
What was that question again?
What kind of boat control do you actually have to use?
What kind of boat? What?
Control.
Control? I mean, it's pretty. I'm missing the question.
Okay. Well, you're not just drifting along, you're anchoring down to a spot, so you control your boat pretty well with an anchor. So, if you're trolling, what kind of control are you actually having to use on your boat?
Oh, I have a trolling motor. An encoded trolling motor on the front of the boat, and I usually have about a 6-foot drift sock out of the back to kind of keep the boat straight.
And I really like your technique of how you're looking for your fish. But what happens if you're the river, which I like to fish? You could probably with 6 ounces, you'd cast all the way across it, but you need that much to get there. So it'd give you lots of options. Are you putting them in different areas of the rivers? Because sometimes near where the rivers hit the bank, they'll dig out and make that a little deeper. But you also casting it across the shore too, and putting it in different areas of the river.
Yeah, if I anchor up on a ledge, I try to put banks. I usually try to get right on the edge of that ledge, and I'll put some baits off at the bottom of the ledge, coming up the ledge, and on top of the flat at the top of the ledge. If I'm fishing a point, I typically try to focus more toward the sharpest point of the point than I do each side of it. Humps, I don't typically fish real big humps. If I do fish a hump in the river, I try to find one that I can actually fan cast my baits around the hump.
How about you, Peel and Drag? Are you paying attention to the different areas that you're putting your baits?
Yes, sir. What I typically look, like I said, I have a little app on my phone called Navionics. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So what I do, I just sit up after I get off work. I get on that's what I call study time. I don't want to be bothered, so I'm sitting there studying. What I do, I look for anywhere the river channel cuts along the bank. Anywhere the river channel cuts along the bank is where it's going to be deepest at. So typically, them big fish going to hang out in the deepest part of the water. So that's how I find the fish.
Okay, so this is another question for both of you: is how far are you keeping your baits off the bottom of the river or the lake?
For me, it kind of depends on what fish I'm actually targeting. If I'm targeting big flatheads, I'm using live bait, and I try to keep my leader down to about 8 to 10 inches, so they're not that far up off the bottom. Now, if I'm fishing for blues, big blues, it's nothing for me to have a leader anywhere from 16 to 3 foot long to keep the bait 2 to 3 foot off the bottom of the water. And then springtime, I'll actually use floats, and I'll float my bait. If I'm in 20 foot of water, I'll float that bait about 10 foot from the bottom.
Okay, how about you on Peel and Drag? What are you doing with the depth of your lure?
Well, it's only too much you can do. If I know I fished this spot and I know it's one of them spots where it hit, you better let it sit because you're gonna get hung up all the time. If it's like that, then I'll put a peg float, but I use short leaders because I don't need all that extra leader to get me hung up. So, cause I'm fishing in fast water. If I was fishing in a lake, I'd probably use a longer leader, but for the most part, I use a 6 to 8 inch leader to keep from getting hung up a whole lot.
One real interesting technique that I like to use is we're not allowed to use trot lines. You know, when you're using them, you have a line and you have baits set ever so often. Well, a lot of times when I anchor, I'll try to place my baits. If I'm using 10 rods, I'll try to place my baits about 5 foot apart in a straight line going all the way across the back of the boat. And the reason I do that because if something comes through there, they got to cross that bait barrier wall. And that's a pretty good technique to use when you're targeting big fish too, because you're covering, you figure 10 rods at 5 foot apart, you're covering a pretty long expanse, and you got a straight wall of bait across there. A fish, you anchor up long enough, a big fish, something's got to cross that wall of bait.
So what's you guys' favorite baits?
My favorite bait is gizzard shad. My second best bait would probably be white perch.
White perch? How about you, keeping it real?
Peel and Drag.
Peel and Drag, I'm getting it.
We're down here. I use skipjack. That's my favorite bait. I mean, but I like gizzard shad and threadfin, bluegill, sunfish. Anything that come out the water is what I'm using.
So you're basically trying to keep track of what they're feeding on, and you're using what they're feeding on to fish for.
Right. I just try to keep a variety of baits, but anytime I go out fishing, those 3 baits I'm gonna have. I'm gonna try to have at least. That way I know if it's certain times of the year they might not want a skipjack, they might want shad. So I just switch my baits up. Then that's how I find fish too.
Oh yeah, that's probably a pretty good way. You're just trying to figure out what they're eating on. Hey Grant, have you been watching for questions?
Yes. PD Fishing says, ask Team Keeping It Real, what's his plan to win the Santee Cooper tourney?
PD's actually jumping on the boat with me for the first time, and he's going to team up with me, and we're going to go down there and fish the Santee Monster Quest. That's a pretty big tournament down there. They're looking to have probably, I know there's going to be over 100 boats, possibly close to 200 boats. I'm going to go down there about 3 days before the tournament, and I'm just going to study the lake. Like we was talking earlier, like I really feel like who does the most homework really comes away with the win. So I'm just going to go down there, study the lake, ride around, see what I can see. And PD's actually got a couple holes he fishes on Santee Cooper. He says that produce pretty good sized fish. So we're going to go try some of the areas that I scouted out, that I studied, and we're going to go hit some of his holes, and hopefully we can come away with a big win.
Oh, that'd be absolutely awesome. So it's like a team tournament?
Oh, yes, team tournament. It's a 2-day tournament. I believe it's 4 fish per day. You bring in 4 fish Friday and then 4 fish Saturday.
So my next question is, if someone wanted to fish from the bank during those tournaments, would they be allowed to, like Peel and Drag?
Yeah, they don't allow bank fishing. You have to have a boat, and it's a team event, so you have to have 2 people on your boat because Santee Cooper has a regulation where only one person can have a fish over, I want to say it's 36 inches. So if you go out there and you fish the tournament by yourself, you're only allowed to have one fish that's over 36 inches. So if you got a partner with you, you can actually have 2 fish over 36 inches, but the rest of them have to be under 36. But you're only allowed to have 2 fish over 32 inches, and they do that to keep it even across the board. But yeah, you have to have a boat to fish that tournament.
Hey, Peel and Drag, did he make tournaments for people you can fish off the bank?
Well, I went to Steve Douglas had a little tournament for bank fishermen up there at the Captain Mad Jacks. I did that 2 years in a row. And it was an all right tournament, but the fish wasn't biting. So, I mean, I did everything I could to catch a fish out there. The first year I caught 2 fish, but the second year I didn't catch nothing. What happens is in that lake has a thermocline in the water because the water's so hot. So all the fish, they'll rise up above that thermocline. And then if you're not fishing above that thermocline, you're not going to catch nothing. But did nobody know that until after the tournament. So that's how it happened.
Yeah, so people would have to actually use some sort of like the dragon. What's you guys' favorite weights to use?
Me, if I use a couple different weights. I use a disc weight if I'm anchored, and if I'm trolling, I use drifting sticks.
Okay, how about you, Peel and Drag? What's your favorite weight?
I use the coin style disc weight like Richard was talking about. And I use the no roll sinkers, and I use the bank sinkers. I use those too.
Oh, that's an absolutely awesome way to fish, guys. So we've covered everything now. We haven't covered hooks or line and reels yet and poles yet. So we're gonna work our way up there. If you're fishing if you're out there, you're thinking you're gonna catch a big catfish, what kind of hooks are you guys using?
I use Gamakatsu 8/0, and I also use triple threat 8/0 hooks.
Why do you choose those hooks?
I think you get a better hookup, and it's safer for the fish to use a circle hook. And both of them are circle hook style fish. And when you catch a fish on a circle hook and you get him in the boat, you pretty much they come out so easy. Like sometimes it makes you wonder how you even get the fish in.
How about you, Peel and Drag? What's your favorite hook to use, and why?
Mustad. I use Mustad 8 or 10/0 circle hooks, and the reason why I like those hooks is because they got a wide gap in it. That way, it'll get over that catfish's lip, depending on how big he is. It get over that lip and get him in the corner of that jaw. That way, I can get him on the bank.
Yeah, circle hooks. If you're fishing for catfish, circle hooks is really the best way to actually go catfishing because J hooks is. I know people that use J hooks, and I don't down for using J hooks, but one of the problems with a J hook is when you catch a fish with a J hook, a lot of times they'll swallow that hook, and sometimes when they swallow the hook, you have to cut the hook and you have to leave it inside the fish, and yeah, over time, certain hooks you use, they're going to dissolve and fall out. But to me, that's not real safe. A circle hook is almost guaranteed, and 99% of the fish I catch, the circle hook does its job, and it hooks them right there in the side of the mouth, and it don't hook them down in the gut. So it's a lot safer for the fish if you're planning on releasing the fish.
So what kind of line are you guys using? I want to see if it differs from the shore to the bank to the boat. So what kind of line are you using keeping it real?
I use 30-pound slime line, and I use 25-pound trolling big game.
Okay, and how about you on Peel and Drag? What kind of line you use on your rods?
Well, I use 65-pound spider wire, and I use 40 or 50-pound mono for my leaders because I'm fishing these rivers and I have to have heavy. Everything got to be heavy fishing in these rivers because it's moving.
Yeah, with line that heavy, you can almost pull the logs right out of the river, can't you?
Just about.
So so we're starting to see the trend of using circle hooks with the native thing with heavier lines, and it seems like you need heavier line off the bank than you do all the boat. So let's talk about what kind of rods you guys using. Are you using heavy duty? What kind of rods do you guys like to use?
I use the Big Cat Fever medium heavy 7'6" rod. I just like that. I like the backbone of that rod, and I really love the flexibility of that rod. Whether I'm catching a 2-pound channel cat or a 60-pound blue cat, you can really feel the fight with them rods.
How about you, Peel and Drag? What kind of rods are you using?
I use Ugly Stick Big Water. You can get them from Bass Pro Shops, about $70. 10 foot. It throw heavy weight, and it works for me.
Well, that's absolutely awesome. So we almost got all the gear covered. We just got to cover one more piece of gear, and that's the reels. What kind of reels are you guys using, and why?
I use 6500 Abbey Garcia 6500 C3s. The reels, I've used them for a long time. I mean, I've had a couple of issues out of them, but other than that, they're just all around a great reel. They got a 15-pound drag on them. I mean, I use other reels. I like using other different reels. Something always brings me back. I don't know what it is. Just something brings me back to them. I got a lot of confidence in them 6500, so I kind of stick with what I'm confident with.
Yeah. And how about you on Peel and Drag? What kind of reels do you use?
Well, I use spinning reels for the most part. I have a few Cat Max bait casters that I use too, but I tend to get them all tangled up and everything, so I just keep them in the shed. Don't even bring them out. But for the most part, when I'm just going fishing and I know I'm going, I need to have my spinning reels, and I use Team Catfish Gold Ring 5000s, and I use Penn Pursuit 6000. I need a fast reel because those fish will take off on you real fast. I don't really need a real torquey reel. I need a reel with a lot of horsepower, so I use a 6000.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like you guys have awesome stuff for your catfishing. So I think there's been some questions over here. Greg, you seen any questions?
I seen that Catfish Bill said that Team Keeping It Real was buying dinner.
So we got a little bet on the Santee Cooper Monster Quest. Like I say, this is a pretty big tournament, and K&B Anglers and Catfish Bill 66, they're actually coming down to Santee to fish this tournament. So me and PD Fishing, we got a bet against Catfish Bill and K&B. They're teaming up, and me and PD's teaming up, and we said whoever brings in the most weight has to buy the other team. Whoever loses has to buy the other team a steak dinner. So me and PD, we're really, really looking forward to that steak dinner because I've never ate steaks that far down in South Carolina. So it's going to be, I can't wait to get down and get them big old juicy steaks. It's going to be good. I can't wait.
Okay, and another question I've noticed in there a lot is PD Fishing wants to know why Team Keeping It Real likes using eels.
Yeah, we'll pass on that one.
Blue Collar Fishing is asking, are you guys going to Louisville, Kentucky this weekend?
Yes, sir. I'm already packed and ready to go.
Unfortunately,
so that's the catfishing conference, right?
Yes, Catfish Conference. It's going to be in Louisville, Kentucky at the Exposition Center, the 22nd through the 24th. Be there. Everything you want to see, everybody you want to see. And I guarantee you have a blast like I'm going to have.
So what kind of things are you going to be doing there at the conference?
Networking, and rubbing shoulders and elbows and buying products, testing this out, testing that out. That's basically what it's all about.
That sounds like it's going to have a lot of fun there.
Yeah, the
Yes,
Catfish
sir.
Conferences, I won't be able to make it this year, but Catfish Conference is a really good thing for the catfish community. They get all these different companies together, put them all in one building. They slash the prices on their products, let everybody look at their products, hold their products. Some of them you can actually use the products. They got a YouTube booth up there where all the YouTubers can get together and actually meet each other and do their YouTube thing. And the Catfish Conference is it's getting to be a really big thing in the catfishing world. And I hate I'm gonna miss it this year, but it should be a pretty good fun for everybody up there this year.
Hey, Grant, are we missing any questions?
Goobert asked about, is braid good for saltwater? And I don't know anything about saltwater.
You guys know anything about salt water?
I am more of a mono man. I don't use braids, so that wouldn't be a question for me.
I love braid. That's all I ever use.
Why are y'all putting in at the Sanity Blacks fishing camp? Okay.
K&B said he likes his steak rare. Healing Drag. Keeping it real.
I hope he eats before he leaves home because he ain't gonna be getting enough to eat.
Yeah, I think we've answered all the questions I've seen.
Yeah, I guess it's just me and you going to be working with the catfish guys up here. Have we covered everything you guys want to cover?
I think one of the differences between bank fishermen and a boat fisherman is me. I use 7'6" rods because I don't have to cast very far to get to where I want to be because I'm on a boat, so I can get as close to the structure as I want or as far away from the structure I want. But peeling, y'all have to use longer rods. Like y'all have to use 10, 12-foot rods so y'all can actually cast and get out there where you want to fish, right?
I mean, you really don't have to, but I prefer to for me because, I mean, it's just like if I got a longer rod, I know that I can throw short if I want to, or I can throw long if I want to. I mean, I can do both. So that's why I use a longer rod. 10-foot rods. I did have some 12-foot team catfish rods, but I got rid of those. I mean, they didn't stand up to what I put on them, but so I got rid of them. So I stuck to my 10-foot ugly stick big water. That's why I stuck to until I can find something that's better than it. That's where I'll be using.
Okay, how do you guys like to bait your hook?
There's several different ways I like to bait a hook. It's really hard to say. I got some videos coming out of different techniques of how to anchor up on fish, how to fish structure, and how to bait your hooks. And I actually have a video now of how I actually cut my bait. But I mean, there's a number of ways you can cut the head off and run the hook up through the bottom of their mouth and out their nose. You can use their gut pockets. And me, when I'm using gizzard shad, if I use the actual gut pocket, and what that is you cut the head off, you cut the tail off, and it gives you a section of meat that's still got the gizzard and stuff in it on the gizzard shad. I usually try to run my hook through the gizzard and the bottom of the belly of the actual bait. But that's kind of hard to talk on how to hook bait without actually showing you.
We got a couple questions. We want to know what kind of rod holders you use, and then Strung Out Outdoors wants to know if anybody does any noodling.
I use fish bite rod holders. I love them.
No, I don't do no noodling.
What kind of rod holders do you use, Pill and Drag?
I use monster rod holders that I modified myself. They rod holders for the boat. They rod holders for the boat, but I had them modified where I can use them on the bank. And I've seen
fishing cats in daytime or at night. What's best for you guys? Oh, you guys like night fishing or fishing during the day?
I like fishing during the day. A lot of people say big catfish come at night. You can't catch big catfish during the day, but I'm a day fisherman. I love it.
And how about you, Peel and Drag? Do you prefer nighttime or daytime?
I catch all my fish in the daytime. I don't really do too much nighttime fishing because I work second shift. So all my fish be caught during the day.
Yeah, so what's your guys' biggest fish?
Mine is 51 pounds, blue cat.
How are you, team, keeping it real? What's your biggest fish?
I don't even remember. I catch big fish all the time. I catch fish in the 40s, 50s. I've caught them in the 60s. To be honest, I really couldn't tell you exactly what my PB is.
Somebody wants to know if you ever used catfish bubblegum.
I've not used catfish bubblegum, but I've heard that is a really, really good bait if you're out there searching for channel cats and stuff like that. I hear it's a really good bait.
Yeah.
But I've never used it personally myself.
Have you ever used it, Peel and Drag?
No, I really haven't used it. I've been seeing a lot of people catching fish on it, so I haven't used it myself, but I might need to try
it.
Does anyone use worms anymore?
I use red worms when I'm perch fishing. That's how I fish my perch. So you got to buy bait to catch fish.
Just picking out questions from the audience here, guys. And I want to thank you guys for coming here today. It's an honor when I get you guys up here in the morning.
No problem. No problem.
It's been fun, man. And like I say, a lot more people need to get into it. I think bass fishing is pretty big. I think catfishing is growing. But I think when you talk to a lot of people and you say, I go catfishing, I think a lot of people's thinking, well, I don't want to go catch some little old catfish. A lot of people out there don't realize how big these catfish are. And I think if a lot more people knew the size of catfish that we're talking about when we say we're catfishermen, I think it'll get a lot more people into it. Because there's nothing like having a 50, 60-pound catfish on the end of your line.
It sure ain't.
Work sounds like it's going pretty good, huh?
I got my guys that stop right now. So there ain't no bunch of beating and banging and stuff like that in the background. So they kind of living it up. He ain't doing nothing right now. I mean, he don't do nothing anyway, but I'll get him started here in a little bit. Fucking screwdriver.
Look, there's all those. We have 35 people in here right now.
Strung Out Outdoors says a lot of people are scared of catfish. They think they'll get stung or bit. I've even had people think they'll get shocked.
Yeah, catfish don't sting you and they don't shock you. A lot of times, people see the whiskers on the side of catfish, and some people get stabbed and they think that the catfish stung them. And I remember growing up as a kid, catfishing, my parents would tell me the same thing. That catfish gonna sting you, but catfish don't sting you. What happens is when you're holding it, if them fish start flopping in your hand, their spur will accidentally tap into your finger or something, but they don't actually sting you or something like that. And if you catch a big fish, if you catch one over 25, I'm gonna say 20 pounds. If you catch one over 20 pounds, they're so big. I mean, they're not going to bother you anyways. I mean, I'll pick them. There's nothing for me to just pick them up and hold them against my chest or throw them over the side of my shoulder. So the whole catfish stinging you, that's an old myth back in the day. They don't actually sting you.
Yeah, Papa Rome says on his bullhead video at the end, he pulls a catfish spike 1 inch out of his foot, stepped right on it barefoot, and had a bad infection for over 2 months. Almost had blood poisoning.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's a very possibility. Like I say, the smaller the catfish, the more of a chance you have of getting that spur in your finger.
Especially bullhead.
Well, the chat is flying, guys. This is absolutely awesome. So if you guys are going to eat catfish, what would be the size you'd keep?
I say 1 to 5 pounds. That's all. Nothing no bigger than that.
And I agree with that. I'm a CPR fisherman, which Pillin is too. And what that is catch, picture, and release. Everything we catch, we take a picture of it, and we release it back for somebody else to catch. If I'm going to eat one, I agree. 5 to 10 pounds. I probably wouldn't keep anything over 10 pounds.
What's your favorite of the catfish? Blues, channels, bullheads, flats?
Me, myself, I like channel cats. And I really don't even take fish home and clean them myself because I release everything. And the reason I do that is because I can go to the fish camp for $20 and eat all I want to eat versus catching fish, bringing it home, cleaning it, battering it up, putting it in the frying pan, fixing all the fixings with it.
Sound like me. I don't really like cleaning them myself, so I just throw everything back. Unless my mama or somebody wants some fish, then I clean her up some fish and get her some fish or something. But other than that, everything is CPR.
Huh.
Yeah, I like going out and catching the salmon. Go try buying that in the store.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I eat fresh fish so much. I mean, I don't mind cleaning them, but I eat fresh fish so much I can't hardly eat frozen catfish or frozen crappie or anything after it's been frozen. It's just a different taste to me.
Yeah.
But my grandpa used to just cut the heads off of catfish, gut them and skin them, and she would bread them and fry them with their tails still on them, and you just suck the meat right off the bones.
Yeah, a lot of old timers used to eat their fish like that.
Yeah, I like doing this catfish show on Wednesdays. I think I'm learning a lot about catfishing. So, what's the best time of year to catch the catfish during?
I think myself, I like when it's cooler outside, from 50 degrees to about 40 degrees. I think the best time for me. I mean, you can catch a catfish at any time in any weather, daylight, dark, but for the most part, for me, I've had my best luck when it's cooler outside.
Yeah, I have to agree with Pillin on that. Me, myself, I think if you want to, a lot of people say catfishing in the summertime is really not where people think.
Nope.
You go fishing in the summertime and you catch a lot of fish, but summertime is really not the best time to catch catfish,
Nope.
believe it or not. And the reason why is because in the wintertime, these fish they've moved downriver to your deepest waters. And come springtime, they start getting ready for pre-spawn. And they'll move upriver and up into these streams and stuff, spawning, getting ready for pre-spawn. And pre-spawn is usually in the springtime. If you want to catch a lot of catfish, springtime is the best time to catch a lot of catfish. And summertime, them fish are spawned up. And once they get on their spawn bed, it's hard to catch a fish. And that's usually in June and July when the fish get spawned up. Now, big fish, like I say, I have to agree with Pillin. I think your colder months, wintertime, I think that's the best time to catch bigger fish. Like, I 100% agree with that.
And another thing, like, people don't understand when they catching these spawning fish during the summertime and the spring, that they keeping the females is full of eggs, so that can ruin your waters quick. You keeping all those female fish that's got those eggs in them like that, it'll ruin the water so fast you won't even know it. Next time you go out there, you can't catch no fish. They didn't caught all the fish that had eggs in them.
Yeah, I've had people say, well, I've had people say, them fish don't spawn up in the summertime. Yeah, them fish are mostly spawned up in the summertime. But again, all fish don't spawn at the same time. You got some that come in late, some that go in early. But most of the time, a majority of them are on our rivers. Most of them are usually spawned up. Usually June, July is not a good time to fish.
I'll tell you what.
And so in June and July, they go into the deeper water?
Well, no, June and July, they're spawned up. So springtime, they run upriver to spawn.
Okay, so what water temperature? That's going to be
Usually
different.
about 70, I think about 77. It's about 77, I would think.
I agree, Phil. Yeah. Usually when the water temperature gets above 75 degrees, you can start expecting for the bite to start slowing down.
Hey, Grant, can you drop the links?
That's what I was telling. Yeah, I've been dropping them throughout the show. He must have missed it.
I've caught one fish. I caught some fish that I cleaned, some little eater-sized fish. It was back in late December, early January. And that fish had eggs in it. I didn't know what was going on. I said I didn't know that they would spawn in the wintertime like that. But it had eggs in it.
Catfish?
Yeah, a blue cat. It was about 3 pounds and it had eggs in it.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
Again, some come in early and some come in late. You never know.
Yeah, and we have about 15 minutes left of this segment of the show, and then we're going to switch over to the of a more support stream and talk about what's coming up this week. So anything you guys want to talk about at the very end here, let me know, and we'll discuss it.
Justin's fishing fetish says, colder water fish taste better. I agree.
Yes, it does.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about that one. I go to the fish camp, so I don't know if they caught in the wintertime or the summertime.
Yeah, we have a lot of great channels in here right now, a lot of catfishing channels in here, which is absolutely awesome.
Logan,
I think this is going to, as I continue doing these Wednesday shows, I think this is going to keep growing. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Yeah, it's going to grow.
Logan Rowe asked, what about catfishing in ponds?
What do you want to know about it?
That's all he said.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Yeah, they asked them these really broad questions over here. I don't usually ask them because I don't know what they want.
Yeah, he just said, what about catfishing in ponds?
I say if you catfishing in a pond, get you some worms, crickets, catalpa worms. Get you some catalpa worms, some crickets, or some chicken liver. You'll catch them all out of that. You'll catch as many as you want out of a pond.
I agree.
Yeah, chicken livers would be my go-to.
Oh, yeah.
But when you get in the river, you got to use. If you get in that river, you got to use what's in that river that they feed on a regular, natural bait that they target.
Right.
Yeah, here's the thing. When I butcher so you're saying instead of throwing away all my chicken livers, when I butcher my chickens, I probably should keep them, huh?
Yes.
I butcher about 250 chickens a year.
Oh, or that catfish bubble gum. There you go. Catfish bubble gum.
Halo wants to know, have you ever fished with ivory soap?
No, I've never have, but I've heard people who have and caught fish on it, but I've never tried it myself.
Oh, my guests are from one's from Kentucky and one's from North Carolina, Dad. You must have missed the beginning of the show. Shrimp works too.
Yeah, I used shrimp before.
Yeah, shrimp works.
I think Raffle Scrapper said I think he would rather eat the chicken livers, and I think I'd rather eat the shrimp than feed it to the catfish.
Oh, Peeling's from Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm a Tennessean.
Who's from Kentucky?
Yeah, Coach CJ's from the Louisville area. Coach CJ, you going to make it to the Catfish Conference?
Ken's blog says he uses small bluegill caught in the river to catch the catfish. Yes. That's probably the best way to do it is to actually use what they're eating.
Correct.
Yeah, I agree. I say use what's native to the water. That's your best chance of actually catching some good fish. We had a YouTube tournament that Patrick James threw on in January, and a lot of guys was bringing bait down. Peeling, for example, he brought down some skipjack, and I'm like, I don't know about a skipjack in water that is not native to it. Somehow he pulled it off. He put some fish in the some skipjack. I mean, catfish will bite anything, but I say if you're just getting into it, try to stay with what's in the waters.
Yeah, so see, I think a misconception is everyone says that catfish are mainly bottom feeders, and I think you'll find that they'll feed throughout the whole entire water table, won't they?
Correct. You get a flathead, he won't hit nothing but a live bait sometimes. And if he hit a cut bait, it better be fresh. He won't hit it.
And it don't take big baits to catch these big catfish. A lot of people think, oh, I need to get me a 1.5 pound, 2 pound crappie or white perch or gizzard shad to catch these big fish. A lot of times I've caught 40+ pound fish on a piece of bait the size of my thumb.
Yeah, it's all about being a target of opportunity for the catfish. It's just like any other type of fish. They want an opportunity to eat, and if it's a simple, easy to hit target, they're going to hit that target first.
Yep.
Blue collar fishing and strung out both want to know where Peeling Drag, what part of Tennessee. He's in northwest Tennessee, and Strung Out Outdoors says he's just below Chattanooga.
I'm in northwest Tennessee. That's where I'm at.
Hey, Strung Out Outdoors, I know that area quite well. When I got my master's degree from East Tennessee State University, I used to go down to Chattanooga all the time, go down to Atlanta. Hey, Rocky Top Florida's in the house, everyone. Make sure you check him out. We have about 8 minutes left of this segment of the show, and when we change over, we're going to go over to what's going on this week in Cool Outdoors, and we're going to absolutely enjoy ourselves. We're going to have a lot of fun.
PD Fishing says, let Team Keeping It Real tell you about the tourney trails he's in. He's in second place.
Yeah, I really enjoy fishing tournaments. I fish a fair amount of tournaments every year, and I actually fish with Southeastern Catfish Club, and they're the biggest tournament trial in the Southeast, and a lot of great anglers. All of them are really good. I look at all them guys as my brothers. It's not, I mean, it is a competitive thing, but it's more of a getting out there fishing with my buddies thing. And we actually run a point system where wherever you place, you get so many points for what position you finish in each tournament. And right now, we're a good part through the season. I think we got 3 tournaments left, and I'm second in points right now out of 80, 85 teams, something like that. So I'm pretty stoked about that. If I can just hold on to it for 3 more tournaments, and I'm chasing that number 1 spot. I'm trying to win that championship, but we'll see. Like I say, there's some tough competition out there. So,
how many points ahead is the first place from you?
What was that?
How many points is first place ahead of you?
I think he's like 18 points ahead of me. So there's room for me to catch up. But again, you're fishing tournaments and it's fishing. Like, you're not guaranteed to catch a fish when you go out there. You just study, go out there and just do what you do and hope for the best. I mean, 3 more tournaments, I could wind up in 15th place before this thing's over, but I'm trying to stay strong and I'm chasing the leader. I'm trying to get that championship, but we'll see what happens.
Awesome.
Blue Collar Fishing wants to know if you ever, Team Keeping It Real, have you ever fished with chat cats?
No, he's a good ways away from me.
So, do we have a question in the audience? Size detecting. They want to know what's the deepest water that cats will feed in.
0 to 100.
So I want to thank you guys for coming up here, and we're about to wrap up the catfishing section before we can move on to the housekeeping section of the show and do some shout outs. So we're going to try to make your guys' numbers spin. I hope we've been able to get you some numbers today. How are they doing for numbers today, Grant? Has anyone picked them up?
Let me look. I have not refreshed. So yeah, it looks like Team Peeling Drags picked up at least 5 or 6. Team Keeping It Real has picked up 5. So they both picked up about 5. Make sure you guys go and leave them a comment. Let them know you came from Cole Outdoors to watch their latest videos.
Make sure you guys are keeping up with them. I mean, these are some great channels. All the channel I have up here is great. And make sure you're keeping up with them throughout their journeys, guys. This is a journey. YouTube is a journey. So I want to thank them once again for coming. And if you guys want to enjoy it, but I know Team Keeping It Real wants to get back to work.
My battery's about to die on my phone, too. It's signaling right now at 2%.
So we're going to let him get back to work. And I want to thank Peel and Drag for coming up here. It was an honor to have you up here today. And thank you for coming.
I appreciate you having me, buddy.
Thanks a lot, Cole.
Have a great day, guys.
Team Keeping It Real, good luck in your tournament. And Peel and Drag, I'm definitely looking forward to going catfishing with you now that I know you're so close to me.
Okay, you got my email, man. Just send me an email.
I'll get it, man. I appreciate it.
All right,
I appreciate y'all.
Have a great day, guys.
Y'all be easy.
You too.
You too, man. So, Grant, that was an absolutely awesome first part of the show. We need to go do a commercial real fast, and we'll be right back here in about a minute or two with housekeeping for the show and talking about where we're going to take Cole Outdoors.
Yeah, Raphael Scrapper, what I had done, I had pulled up their pages before we started the show. So all I did was refresh their pages. That's how I knew they'd gained some.
So we are back, guys, and I had to play our sponsors links. If you guys would like a commercial on Cole Outdoors, you can join my Patreon. So here's what we got going on, guys. This has been an absolutely awesome show, and I love my Wednesday shows. Thursday, I'm talking to another company about coming on here. We'll see what goes on. But right now, we don't really have a lot booked. So we're going to run some actual support streams and enjoy ourselves on Thursday. Friday, Call Outdoors is going to be off, and I think Grant McIntosh is going to be live.
Thursday?
Yeah, Friday. Andrew has a doctor's appointment, so if I do go on live, it'll be closer to 11.
Okay. Yeah, I'll see. Let's see, Friday. I'm working Thursday. Yeah, I'm working Thursday, Friday. But it's 2 to 10, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I like to go fishing. This dang, we've had so much rain. It's ridiculous, man. We might be getting close to some flood stages here pretty soon.
And Saturday, I'm not too sure what we got going on yet, and we'll be in touch. We'll figure that out as we get closer. And Sunday is going to be one of those days where we're going to sit back and see what happens. You never know what is going to happen or who's going to be where. So, does anyone want to come up and be on panel with us right now? Rocky Top, Florida's in school. Don't get caught. The Fishing Freak's in the house. Welcome to the house, Fishing Freak. Hey, Strung Out Outdoors, would you like to come up and be on panel? Awesome. Blue Collar Fishing has a FLW tournament guy. Yeah, I had an FLW tournament guy a couple weeks ago, and I gotta get back in touch with a couple of the other ones I've been in touch with. Okay, I'm gonna invite Blue Collar Fishing up and let him come up here and talk about his upcoming shows. Maybe. Oh, Blue Collar Fishing. What is Blue Collar's first name?
Shoot, I can't remember.
Yeah, Blue Collar, I'm going to need at least your first part of your email. Awesome. That'd be awesome to get Scott Martin on one of these shows.
The Fishing Freak. PD Fishing's got something big coming up next week. It's big.
Hey, Precision Angling. We just finished up the catfishing section, man. And I want to talk a little bit more about the ice fishing tournament. It will be Saturday. It's only a couple days away, so Saturday we're going to have the we're going to be okay, there's tight lines. I thought that was him. You didn't have to give me your whole email, man. Yeah, so our tournament's going to be Saturday. Saturday I will be live from the ice shanty, so I might be on and off throughout the whole day. I'm going to have a tournament to go out and win, so I'm going to go out and win this YouTube perch fishing tournament.
You got you a good portable battery to keep your phone charged?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Might need 2 or 3.
TV is better. We have some great channels in here. We're down to 24 right now. We peaked at 38 today so far.
Nice.
How thick is that ice? We have like 1.5 feet. That's all. But the bay, I'm gonna be fishing on Tawas Bay. I'll tell you guys what I'm fishing. I'm fishing on Tawas Bay, and it's pretty sketchy, especially if the wind starts blowing from the wrong way because it'll blow the ice out in the middle of the lake. But let's just hope it don't start blowing off the shore towards the middle of the lake.
Yeah, I need to go catch some fish. I'm ready, man. I've had all these Facebook memories popping up the last couple of weeks of all the fish I caught last year and, the years before. I'm way behind.
Oh, yeah? Oh, we just fell down 3 people. We're down to 21. So, Jay's 05, James, yeah, my shanty might blow away, but that's what anchors are for. You anchor your shanty down. He likes to give me a hard time, don't he?
Precision Angling's got 30 inches of ice in Maine. Dang it.
Wow. Yeah, I think Precision Angling's going to be in the tournament, too. I wonder if he's going to win it. Who do you think the favorite is to win? Grant?
Man, I don't know nothing about ice fishing. I don't know nothing about perch fishing. So I can't pick a favorite. If I had to put my money on anybody, man, I'd have to say it'd have to be Mike, just based on that he's getting a guide. His brother-in-law or something's a guide for perch fishing. Man, I know you got somebody that caught some 18 inchers close, so it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a toss-up between you two that have talked the most about it. But
I don't know. Yeah, a lot of stars have to line up for those big perch to come into a place I'm fishing. But if they do, it's going to be really hard to beat me.
Yeah. Blue Collar needs another invite.
Oh, he does? Okay, 1 second.
Your dad said that there was a truck parked on the ice where he told you to go yesterday.
I know, I've seen it there.
And your brother said it's going to be Mike. Can't be Cole, that's for sure. Your brother loves to give you a hard time.
You can't go out there when I told you to go. Hey, it's free fishing weekend up here, Dad. You going to come out and be on the ice with us? Thanks, Goobert. Goobert.
Go Bear.
Go Bear? Okay. Oh, I'm getting old.
Fishing Freak says you got this, Cole.
We'll see what happens. This all depends on if the fish come in like they usually do this time of year. If they do, it's going to be hard to beat me. I'll have my limit on the ice.
All right, Precision Angling, have a great day at work.
Yeah, have a great day at work, Precision Angling. Andrew Fisherman. Yeah, we're slow. And we're kind of, the first hour of every show is always great. And I like my second hour too, because my second hour of the shows when I get to interact with you guys is absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
I wish Strung Out Outdoors would like to come up here and be on Cool Outdoors Live.
He said he couldn't today.
Yeah, I'm going to try to. So it's June 8th and 9th. Is that a free fishing weekend? Okay. Yeah, we'll see what happens, Fishing Freak. I will one day, Cole.
No, your brother's saying that free fishing weekend was this past weekend.
Oh, okay. So I guess it's not free fishing weekend.
And Strung Out says he will one day.
Oh yeah, Goober, that'd be absolutely awesome to have you come and fish with me. Hey, blue collar fishing, did it work for you? That's weird. Hey, blue collar fishing. We had this morning one way to skin a cat. Yeah, blue collar fishing. I'm about to send you a link on Hangouts. Oops, shoot. Hey, blue collar fishing, just click that link and it'll bring you straight up. Yeah, I probably could teach you the ropes. Hey, blue collar fishing, try that link I just sent you. That link and it'll bring you straight up. It sounds like I got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably could teach you the ropes.
Good morning.
Fishing, try that link I just sent you.
I'm on here.
Yeah, I know. You might want to mute your computer. Bring it straight up.
Yeah.
It sounds like I got him.
Yeah.
Shows you how far behind we lag.
Yeah, I got you now. I was watching the stream, so why would I have it muted?
Let's see here.
I know how Hangouts work. Well, at least I'm learning some of it. It didn't have the join. It just says waiting for response. I'm like, what the?
Yeah. When that happens, just if you have them in there, just send them a link like the one I just sent you. If you click that, you pretty much come straight up.
Yeah, I got to take a couple more tutorials on it for my show on Sunday nights. That way I can do like you do, the screenshots and all that.
Oh, yeah, and this ice fishing tournament I think is going to be pretty successful. I think there's going to be a lot of people in it.
It's not going to be successful for me. I've got washout.
Yeah, washout?
Yep. It was 50 degrees Monday and Tuesday, and today we're getting an ice storm, but it's only going to get down to about 31.
That's too bad, man.
I haven't caught a fish in 2019.
I kind of picked late February for the tournament because usually everywhere's froze up pretty good.
Well, we're supposed to get early spring here. The groundhog didn't see his shadow, so this might be his last hurrah.
Yeah, but I think more people will be able to be in a trout tournament I'm going to put in April. I got to see when the season opens up in Michigan, and I'm going to make a trout tournament, and we're going to go largest rainbow, largest brown, largest brook.
Pardon me. Yeah, April will work for us. We have two openers here in Pennsylvania. Mine is, I live in the southeast part, so mine is the early opener at the end of March. I think it's March 30th this year or something like that. And then the 2 weeks later, the other part of the state will open up in April. Right now, I'm in that lockout. I can't fish the streams and the creeks right now. There's a lockout between February 18th or February 20th, I think, and March when the opener comes.
Yeah, so is that basically when they're having their runs and spawning?
That's when the state's stocking them. We have a pretty aggressive put and take stock trout program in Pennsylvania.
Okay, that makes sense. Tin Cup Tim says he has 15 inches of ice. That's plenty of ice out there and fishing this tournament, Tim Cup Tim.
Maybe if I walked in my freezer and stacked 15 ice cubes on top of each other, that'd be about it.
The inch thick each, about right?
I don't have safe ice anywhere. We went out last weekend before the show, before the Great American Outdoor Show, or after the Great American Outdoor Show. We went out. I did a little trout fishing in open water, but the water temps are too cold. They're just too lethargic. But we tried to find safe ice, and I couldn't find anything above 2.5 inches.
Yeah, so if you guys are interested in doing the ice fishing tournament, you need to go over to Co Outdoors and join the group, because that is where you're going to have to turn in all your pictures of your fish. Tim Cup Tim is in Wisconsin. I have a friend that lives on Lake Winnebago. So that's an absolutely great lake to fish, and it's legendary for its ice fishing.
I used to live in.
You have a huge tournament there every single year.
I used to live in, or I used to stay in Minnesota, and there are a lot of nice ice fishing areas up there. Lake of the Woods, and then Devil's Lake in North Dakota.
Yeah, do you hear Mike's got a guide with him for the tournament? So, Tim, if you're new here and you want to fish in that perch tournament, it's the largest 10 perch by length.
Yeah, we have an ice storm coming in today. Nothing that's going to freeze the lakes or anything, but that's why I'm available to be on your stream this morning.
I don't know. I don't like that word stream because I don't feel like my shows don't feel like streams.
Okay, show.
Yeah.
Feel better.
But if you go in and you watch most of the other streams, they don't feel like they have any objectives a lot of times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. I do like you do. I don't just do a stream. Like, check this person out. Hit this, hit that, hit this. I do a show. I have a guest. I ask questions and I even give things away. So.
Yeah, and I understand that, and I 100% understand that idea. I mean, that some people want to do these streams, but how many people go back and watch them?
Yeah, that's true.
I have content that people can go back and watch, even though it was on a stream. They can go back and watch.
I'm getting my. I'm getting. Well, besides one right now, of my last 2 or 3 videos, I'm getting more watches by the stream, the Sunday night show, than my other videos, because people come in to see what people got to say.
Yeah.
Other than I did a video at the Great American Outdoor Show in Harrisburg, which is the largest outdoor show in the country each year, and I ran into Kim Penrod. He's a smallmouth bass river fishing expert around here. He owns what's the name of that guide? Life Outdoors Unlimited, and then Line Cutters. Talked to that guy for a while, the guy that was on Shark Tank, and Robert Arrington, Deer Meat for Dinner, and he's got over a million subs. So I'm sure I'm getting a lot of views because Robert Arrington's in it. But.
Yeah, and one thing which I think is everyone says, and I understand the idea that you want numbers, but sometimes it's finding the right crowd of numbers. Right now, it's like I'm trying to build up to 2K by the end of this month. My next 1,000 is going to be really slow because I'm going to put my head down in there and grind, looking for the hunting and fishing channels, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I'm putting in the work right now for, it's just YouTube today. Let's not make any qualms about this, guys. We're all here for a reason. We all have goals we want to hit. Let's not lie to our crowds. People say, "Oh, I don't care about subs. I don't care about views." Yeah, you do, or you wouldn't do YouTube. That's what YouTube is for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I care about them, and I'm putting in the work that everybody else has to put in right now. You go in, you find your crowds or your niches, and you conversate and see if you can be seen. But I would really hope, especially when the weather warms, I really hope to get back to making videos. I enjoy making videos.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you guys realize I was 300 hours from being monetized. So this show right here is going to get me really close.
Cool. I make no qualms about that. If Google wants to start sending me checks, I'll cash them. That's, I owe nobody any apologies for that.
Yeah.
People think that, why do you want to get paid to make videos? Well, don't you want to get paid for your work? You know what I mean? Would you go to work every week if they didn't give you a paycheck?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize how much work goes behind making this show happen. especially when I have guests. I mean, I put 6 to 8 hours of work into each guest.
And if and you know it's not coming out of your pocket. You know, Google is huge, and if companies want to pay Google to have their products shown on this revenue, you're the creator. You're the person that made something that companies want to put their ads on or whatever it is. I don't get people who get all upset about that. You know what I mean? Like, I wish you the best of luck too. I hope you get there one day too, or whatever.
Oh, I'll be there real soon, I think. I hope
it
gets there.
I mean, I came in and gave you some watch time today. I'm on your show now.
Yeah, and I absolutely enjoy it when you come up here.
Thank you.
Mic, and I think it sounds a lot better, don't it?
Yeah, your audio is a lot better. Working on that webcam.
Yeah, that's next.
Yeah, I just have the one in the laptop.
Yeah.
I'm a little dark today. I don't feel like moving off of the couch and going into the kitchen. It's a little bit too comfortable on the sofa this morning.
Oh, yeah. So let's do something a little different here. We have finished the catfish section. So we'll do this. Do this. Now we're on the ice, guys.
Rub it in. It's been a terrible fishing season so far in 2019 here. Excuse me.
Me too. It sucks, man. I'm way behind last year.
Oops, my mic's kind of interfering with the video. There we go.
You got any guests lined up soon, Blue Collar?
Yeah, I do. I've got one Sunday night. I've got a couple lined up after that, but I've got a big guy lined up Sunday night if anybody's interested in coming in to my show.
Okay, which FLW pro you got lined up?
I have Tim Drazel, and he is a FLW tournament angler in the Costa series and a couple of other series. He just went with Nitro. That's who he's with now, and I believe Mr. Twister is also one of his sponsors. But he's also there'll be some interesting information Sunday night. Not only has he fished in the FLW tournaments, he's out of Florida, but he's this year he's a marshal for the FLW because FLW got rid of co-anglers and they now have a marshal like the other tournament series. So he'll be marshaling some. He's taking 2019 off in the tournaments and he's going to be a marshal. He will be at the Classic next month. I'll meet him up there. And he has a lake house that he rents out on Airbnb and the tournament guys. If you ever watch some of the tournament journeys or whatever for these big YouTubers or big anglers, they stay in these lake houses that are equipped to hold their boat and everything. So Scott Martin is actually renting his lake house right now for the FLW tournament on Seminole. So.
Yeah, when the MLF Summit comes to Alpena, Michigan this year, I'll be live from the hotel with them.
That's cool.
So all those big names are going to be filtering through, which is going to be absolutely awesome.
And I will be in Knoxville next month, so I don't know if I'll go live from there, but I will be making content.
Yeah.
I'm planning to not only just the live show, but there's a YouTuber, Panfish Bill. I don't know if you guys are aware of him. He's pushing about 6,000. I plan to do a collab with him. He's from around that area, and I grew up there. So there's a lake, Watts Bar there. My brother is a lock operator on. So maybe him up there. I'll do a fishing collab with him. Maybe even meet a couple of other guys while I'm there. I keep. I put a tweet out the other day, and it said, best to roll the dice while I'm hot. I've met Kim Penrod, and I got to meet Robert Arrington this month or whatever. So I said, Mike Iaconelli, when will you be around to pick me up to go fishing? He liked it and everything on a tweet, and then So I put a GIF up. Well, okay, still waiting. When we going? I said, so meet you at the Classic, and we'll go from there. What's? I keep pestering Mike Iaconelli, and maybe one day he'll actually answer.
I like
that
that.
would be neat. Huh?
I seen that tweet. I hearted it.
There you go. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out Twitter and how to grow on there. I'm only like 800 strong there.
I'm pushing about 3,000 right now. I should be maybe 3K by May on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't quite understand Twitter, so. But I do post stuff there, and I don't think I have shared out this video today, guys. And I still hit 40. I'm slacking.
Yeah, I'm fairly new to Twitter, but I've been getting a few new followers. And
well, with the I don't know, I've been a little more careful with my social media outlets right now with the trend of having to like Grant and then Gill Skills and everything last night. Don't seem like something I want to go through. I don't. What is this? Just petty jealousy? Like people are watching you grow and they're jealous of it or something?
man,
I think they're trying to get the kicks. That's how they're getting the kicks. And I think it's the same guy because it was the same exact scenario as for Grant.
Yeah, that's why I'd like to talk to Gill Skills and see if it was the same scenario. If just get some more details. Because I didn't watch it live, but after I heard about it, I went and rewatched it, and it did seem pretty similar. I just don't understand how they called him.
Yeah, like how'd they have his number? That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because it was a cell phone, not a house line.
Right.
Hey, I'll put it this way. If you go out and one thing you guys should all do is go register yourselves at your police station that you stream a lot because that will help them be able to call. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Yeah, I think my police station knows now.
They'll still come out there and do a on you, but they're going to be a lot more. They're just going to go knock, knock.
Yeah.
I have some elected officials and everything around, but I honestly feel if I called my police station, they would be like, oh, "What do I care for?" I honestly feel that would be the response I get.
Yeah.
You're not going to remember that. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, this guy called in 6 months ago. Could be different cops or anything by then.
Yeah.
But it's, man, not only is it just rude or mean, it's dangerous.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like I heard there was one of them that happened to one of the Canadian streamers. And he walked outside with his remote control in his hand because he was watching the channels on his TV or whatever. They thought it was a gun and shot him.
Yeah, see, whenever I walked out, I had a flashlight in my hand, a black flashlight, and and I had guns drawn at me, so it's definitely scary.
Anyway, Icefish Lake up where's that at? You just pronounce that, guys?
What's it say?
I'm not watching. Hold on, me watch the stream.
Hopatcong.
Hopatcong. No, I have never ice fished it though. Where you located at the animal, Papa? Let's just start with that.
Oh, man. Ah. A rainy, dreary day would be a good day to take a nap, but I've got stuff to do today.
Yeah. Well, I don't actually. The ice storm, I work for an organization. I don't make profit or production, so I can get away with it. And it is actually cheaper on them to close during inclement weather. We don't have to run the electricity and things like that, I work for a nonprofit, so production is not part of my need.
Right.
My 9 to 5.
Yeah, we have 16 in here right now. And have you gotten to know that out of blue collar fishing yet?
Nope, I've never been out that way. That stuff is crazy, guys. Someone can get hurt through stupid joke. Plus, that police action costs a lot. Yeah, it hurts everybody involved. It takes resources away from a police department. It puts lives in danger. And it's going to be to the point where it's the boy who cried wolf. Like, people are going to call into the police department and they're going to be like, are you watching YouTube right now? Or you know what I mean? Like, and then what if it really is an emergency? Somebody's going to die because the police didn't respond.
Hey, JH Outdoors is in the house, everyone. Pick him up as he goes by. He's a decent little channel. I found him, and I'm trying to grow him up a little bit, too. I'm going to pick up JH Outdoors.
JH Outdoors. Let me go check him out. What about you guys? You got any trips coming up? Anything going on your shows coming up?
I got the tournament on Saturday, and then we're planning on going down to stay with Stanley Orchard and go do some saltwater fishing in May. Let's see, from there, this fall, I'm going out to spend some time with WTF Mike, and we're going to do some hunting out there. So I got stuff planned coming up. And then at some point this summer, we're going to be doing, on my other channel, we're going to be doing some investigations out in Iowa and Wisconsin.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have my typical Wednesday, Thursday, Friday worm videos, and as soon as I get a chance, man, I'll be fishing. And then, I found out this morning that Peel and Drag's probably the closest person to me, and I didn't even know him until today. Didn't have his channel. I don't know that I'd ever seen him on Cole's show before. In the chat. So found out.
Is he over there by? Was that Reelfoot? Reelfoot Lake that's over there?
I think he's west of Reelfoot.
Was Reelfoot's up by the Kentucky line?
Yeah, he's close to the Kentucky line because he was saying he fishes the Ohio at Paducah some. He said he's pretty close to Paducah.
Yeah, I can't remember what town it is. It's right there in that northwest corner. It's I've lived in Pennsylvania for 16 years now.
Right.
Hey, Grant, how many subscribers did Peel and Line have? 304?
Peel and Drag over 1,000.
I don't know if I have.
The real fishing had like 170.
I got him while he was in there. I think I already had Peel and Drag.
Hey,
didn't the other guy say he was from Chattanooga?
Hey, Grant, can you drop those links so I can double check and make sure I have them?
Yeah, let me get them. I had already closed them out. Strung Out Outdoors is in Georgia, just below Chattanooga.
Yeah, I used to go to Kennesaw all the time. Is he in that area?
Who's that?
Strung Out. I used to go to Kennesaw, Georgia all the time.
I know that area, Strung Out. Chickamauga.
I want you guys to make sure you have our guest. Because they come on here to give us their time. We should really try to get them to grow a little bit, guys.
Here's Peel and Drag's link.
I probably have them, but it's hard for me to remember everyone I have and everyone I don't.
Let me go check him out. Let me make sure I got him. Pretty sure I do.
And Team Keeping It Real.
Yeah, I got him. He needs to do some work on his homepage.
Oh, yeah.
And there's Team Keeping It Real's link.
Not that I'm any expert or anything.
Right. That's what I was telling Team Keeping It Real. I was like, man, I'm by far an expert before we started the show. I was looking at his page. It's like, but you definitely need to use some tags. He had no tags in his videos. And his description in his about section was just doing what I love to do.
Yeah, and they don't have like. I just went to Pill and Drag to make sure I got him, and the first video that shows up is yours, which is nice, but you go to someone's page and the first link is to take you away from their page. That's not what you want. You know, and you want make playlists and upload them to your homepage, because if you don't have any playlists or you don't have anything but videos, then either it's going to look like you don't have any content, you don't make videos by someone who first clicks on your link, or or the like videos, if that shows up, that's just going to take you somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and right now I'm at 1,804.
Yeah, you've blown me away, dude. I'm falling.
Man, I almost feel bad for Gil Skills. I mean, I was gonna have him on my show at the end of the month and ask him, because he told me it was gonna be June, July by the time I hit 2K.
Yeah, you're on track.
I always hit those lulls. Like I'll gain 20 or 30, and then I'll gain 3.
Yeah.
Then I'll gain 10. Then I'll gain 1. Then and then of course, also the what YouTube decides to take away.
Hey, PD Fishing, would you like to come up here?
Pilling has a lot of videos. Yeah, he does, PD. You should put them on his homepage so you can see them.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, PD Fishing, would you like to come up here? Oh, yeah, it takes 30 seconds.
I was drilling some rock to the basement door because there was some water leak in it, and Peach wasn't at home, and they ran out of help.
Bass and Binks, I'm trying to hit it before the end of this month. Not within a month.
Yeah, I think you've picked it up, Cole, where you were needing 26 a day. I think you're down to 25 a day now.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm trying to get that 1K. I'm pushing really hard for that.
What number you at, Blue Collar?
8 something now.
Wow. I thought you were right up here with me, honestly.
864.
Yeah, I kept seeing that Blue Collar Fishing on Jag saying, this had been a week or two ago, saying, I'm almost to 100. And I was like, man, I know he's got like 800 and something.
Yeah, that little Blue Collar Fishing's been running around. He's been in here too.
Yeah, I made him change his name last week.
Oh.
He's now Blue Collar Northwest. I was like, look, dude, I don't mean to be a tool, but I do own this URL. You type in youtube.com/c/Blue Collar Fishing. I come up. This is mine. It belongs to me. And you are costing me views. I'm putting in all the work, and I'm not, I don't go to work for you to get paid.
Right.
Hey, Chris Dog Outdoors. Everyone in here, make sure you have Chris Dog Outdoors. He lost 20 the last day. I lost 85 the other day.
Yeah, I've still got Chris Dog. I know I do.
Yeah, I lost 20 last week too.
That was like insane, losing 85. Because I'd be almost at 1,900 right now.
Yeah, it's kind of turned me off from doing the people saying I got you thing. I still leave me a comment on the video, but if you're not an outdoors channel and you don't leave me a comment, I'm not going to get you back, because it seems like even the ones that aren't outdoors channels unsubscribe. You get them, but then they unsubscribe to you is the way it seems to me. So that's why I've slowed down.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to slow down this next coming month. I'm going to start focusing on the outdoors. And that's what kind of the Secret Society is doing right now. We look for little tiny channels like JH Outdoors and grow them up.
Yeah.
I was on it.
I think I was busy the day you guys found JH.
Yeah, I was in it.
Was he the one that his friends were saying?
I don't think so.
Or was that somebody else?
That was someone else.
Okay.
Let me look at the channel.
I was in a live last night with that kid Farmer JT, but just because he's a kid, man, I like growing kids up. He's a YouTube kid who doesn't do gaming. So,
yes. And That farmer JH is gonna actually be stopping by on Saturday or Sunday, and he's gonna come in here and enjoy himself. And that's a great.
Man. Yeah, he's a cool kid too, man. I could just listen to him talk. He's polite as can be.
It's kind of funny, JH Outdoors. Everyone you listed there, but Farm Out Fanatics is part of the secret society.
Is Farmall in there?
No, he's not.
Oh,
I tell you what, man. His rate Farmall is going to surpass Pusa pretty soon.
yeah, he's
Farmall is just growing and growing and growing.
Hey, my dad's like, it's a cool outdoors. Never shouts me out anymore. Everybody, if you don't have size detecting, make sure you have size detecting. But here's the thing: I think he's in here so often that he's gotten everyone.
Yeah, Rifle Scrapper, but I've had you for a long time, bro. I mean, I like scrapping channels, and if somebody supports me, I'm definitely going to support them back. But it's like these, what I'm talking about is like these makeup channels or these foreign speaking. I don't know. I'm not talking about scrapping or outdoors or metal detecting stuff that I actually like, and if somebody does support me, I will support them back. But it's
I know Chris Dog Outdoors. Chris Dog Outdoors is 15 years old, and that's an absolutely great channel too.
Andrew Fishman, good night. Andrew, he does fishing, and he had that bat video the other day. That was pretty sweet. Anything outdoors I like to watch. I don't watch TV at all. It's all YouTube.
Yeah, we're building back up. We're back up to 21, and I hate it when people go live and they know we're live and take half our audience away.
Yeah.
That's just bad manners.
Did you see my message, Cole?
Yeah. I responded to that message too.
Okay.
like me, I have a show on Sunday night. You're not on Sunday night. I don't have a show right now saying, hey, I know you're in this one. Come over to mine. No, that's bad manners.
That describes someone that we all know very, very, very well, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but let's go. But I want to start talking about something else right now. We're going to have a under 18 tournament in June. Sort of like the first tournament we're doing now, and I'll get more stuff out on that as we get closer to June.
A what tournament?
It's probably going to be for bass, and it's going to be for anyone under 18.
Youth tournament.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think that would be absolutely awesome, and get some of these younger kids into the actual chats. And how you doing, the Helms Kids Vlogs? And that new channel, everyone. Make sure you guys are checking them out. Because we were hopping all morning with 35 to 40 people. My Family Vlogs is another one which I've helped grow. I introduce all these great channels to our community, and it's awesome.
I will say this, though. After Cole's show, not now, after Cole's show, if you want to go view that one with deer meat for dinner, because I boosted the tar out of it and I could use the most traction I could get out of it. And there are only 4 people with 1 million subs in this genre, so.
Yeah, well, we're going to go to our next commercial break to show our sponsors some love. And we'll be back in about a minute, guys.
Mike.
So you guys are wondering why I haven't made Mike's new commercial yet? That's because I'm getting new software programs very, very soon. Cycle Ghost Trackers is going to be giving me what he uses, and it's like $300.
Nice.
And our podcast is coming out in the beginning of the month, which is going to be an absolutely awesome thing going on. And I'm going to have those going to be available on, I believe, iTunes is where I'm going to post those. And most of those shows are going to be about 30 to 40 minutes long, so there's not going to be as long as this show. But it's going to let me be on another platform again. And then I also have started doing interviews of members of the Cool Outdoors Nation on the Facebook page. So we got stuff going on all these different platforms. I just need to figure out something to do on Twitter. I don't know. How long of a video can I post on Twitter, Blue Collar?
I'm not exactly sure. I just do like promo videos on Twitter. I don't make like movies or shows or anything there.
Yeah, I'm not real sure what I can do over there to make it unique.
I have a group called the FFN, or the Fishing Family Network, that I'm a part of. So the Twitter over there really helps me network a lot. That's what I use Twitter for.
Yeah. That is just what I'm trying to figure out exactly how to use Twitter to my advantage. And my Facebook group it's actually almost at 100 people now. It's at 99.
I have a page on Facebook too. I'll be honest with you. I have almost given up Facebook completely. I don't.
Yeah, I don't do much on there anymore. I do have a lot of new Facebook friends from the YouTube community.
Yeah.
But I don't
Facebook I don't know. To me, it's just not as appealing as it used to be, I guess. It seems to be where everybody goes to complain about politics, and that's not my thing.
Oh, yeah. And Chris Dog Outdoors, that's an absolutely great way to promote your channel without going, something for me. But great job. I like that post. Grant's laughing over there.
I'm Hook TV. You're late. Kentucky Catfish. Catman, what's up, buddy? You're late too, but you missed the catfishing show.
Yeah, I try to keep the guests down to like the first hour of the show, just because it seems like everyone is like, you guys don't pay attention to us over here anymore.
And I do have this orange shirt. Chris Dog is my Cole Outdoor shirt. If anybody wants me to wear their merch, I have my P.O. box in the my description of my videos. Send me a shirt.
And if you guys would love to get a Cole Outdoor shirt of your own, there's a link up there that Nightbot just put out there showing the teespring.com/stores. Cole Outdoors will get you all your Cole Outdoors merchandise here. Hey, that was just too good, man. It was just sitting there.
Perfect.
Almost like we planned that.
Man, should have made sure I got my blue collar fishing mug while I was drinking coffee out of this morning. All this merch.
I got my Cycle Ghost Trackers on coffee mug over there.
Jack's Lures.
Hey, guys, when I get my super chat button here in the next couple weeks, what I'm going to do with the super chat. So if you give me a super chat, I'm going to put a actual sticker onto the kayak of your banner, onto my kayak. So when I go to all these tournaments, you're going to see stickers of all the YouTube channels that have supported me.
I have a freezer downstairs that I've got stickers from everybody that sent me something. So if y'all want to make the freezer of fame, you can send me your sticker.
I need to get a sticker made up. Jimmy C and friends, what's going on? Jimmy C commented on my bass fishing video yesterday. Cole Outdoors sent me.
You know what's funny, Grant? I don't have a blue collar fishing sticker to put on it.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, we have about 10 minutes left in the show today, and I want to thank everyone for coming.
Yeah, we have a dorm refrigerator and a freezer downstairs in the basement, where the kids hang out, or the man cave or the fishing cave or whatever you want to call it, I guess. And the dorm refrigerator is black and the freezer is white. The freezer was given to me. I'm like, man, I really want to cover that up so it matches the rest of this. So I started putting everybody's sticker on it. I'm hoping to get enough stickers to just cover it up.
Oh. Hey, PD Fishing said, did you see what I said? Did we miss something?
He said that I'm not getting a lot of subs because I have worms. and it's true, PD. A lot of people consider me the worm guy and don't even know that I fish. I think it was True North Angler commented on my bass video yesterday. I didn't even know you fished. And I'd have to look, but I've got 3 playlists of fishing. And I mean, I've fished a lot longer than I've done the worms.
Yeah, you just got into the worms, didn't you? Just a couple months ago.
Back in August, I've got.
So, Grant, the worms aren't bait? That's not what you're raising them for?
I mean, I'm going to use them for bait, but my main goal is for the composting, for the fertilizer. They call it black gold. The fertilizer is actually worth more than the worms themselves. I mean, there's people that sell the fertilizer anywhere from a couple dollars a pound. There's one company that thinks theirs is premium black gold that sells it for $2,000 a cubic foot.
Hey, Peel and Drag Catfishing's in here hanging out and drinking coffee.
$2,000 a square foot. This is
cubic foot.
Worm crap, right?
That is insane.
Exactly. Worm crap. Yep, I've got let's see here. I've got 17 crappie fishing videos, 12 bass fishing videos, 2 cat fishing videos.
Who knew when I took my kids fishing, I was wiping away that kind of money every day.
Yeah, well, there's not many people that use human manure, but there are a few people that use it for the worms to compost it.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't. There's a line, Grant. There's a line.
Hey, Miss Batman Fishing, how you doing?
What's up, Tabby? How are you today? If anybody didn't see, I actually won Fat Man Fishing's giveaway. Looking forward to getting that in the mail, do an unboxing video.
Yeah, I just did my. You know how I do my unboxing videos? I just come in here and turn on the thing, and I just do a live stream with it.
How long's it been?
At the very end.
How long's it been since you did a regular video that wasn't a live screen?
It's been a while. I need to do a couple. This summer I'll have a lot of them.
Are your guys' P.O. boxes in your channel description?
Mine is. I just got one recently.
A P.O. box, I've got, yeah. And I know why you just got one too. But,
yeah.
I'm going to have to open a P.O. box too. I don't want to share my information more than I have to.
I mean, I've given my address to a few people to send me stuff, and that kind of makes me leery about the whole what happened thing, because 2 of the people I gave my address to, I never got anything from.
Oh, I still have it sitting here on the kitchen table. It needs to come out. Speaking of that, I probably should mail that.
Chris Dog, where I live, they are $70 a year.
That's crazy.
What's $70 a year?
For a P.O. box.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
Hey, Grant, see, I still have your right here.
$70 versus having machine guns pointed at me.
Right. Oh, yeah, Cole, I forgot about you. That makes 3 people that I've given my address to that I haven't received anything from.
Well, I have it. It's just I haven't gotten a chance to get it in the mail.
I know. I wasn't referring to you. It was well, that first guest that we were supposed to have, that he was supposed to send me some bass lures. I never got them.
What, strike first? I thought you got those.
No, that was Overcast Lure Company. That guy.
Okay, Overcast. Yeah, that was one that you found that never came and showed up.
Right.
Our first guest was Yank Your Crank.
Well, I thought that Overcast was supposed to be that first Saturday show.
His name cracks me up every time.
And then we replaced him with Yank Your Crank, remember?
That's right.
Yeah, I had nothing to do with setting that guy up. I don't even have any of his contact information. Maybe we should touch bases with him and see if we can get him on the show.
Harmony, good morning.
Good morning, Harmony.
Oops. And the other was PGH Bottom Feeders. I was on one of his live streams, and he was saying that he had shirts to give away, and I was like, send me one. Like, all right, give me your address, or let me know and send me a message on Facebook. So I did, and that was like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, I got your stamps still sitting on my table here. I need to get them out.
Hey, 865. A couple people, thanks. If I can keep them.
Well, I'm not really interested in Doug stamps, so.
Duck stamps.
Oh, these are the old antique ones, actually. We actually bought this at an antique store, and if you take a look at them, I mean, they're really, really nice. The decoy stamps.
Crash Bandy K, how's it going today?
Crash Bandy K.
Yeah,
we have 4 minutes left, guys. So we're about to start winding stuff down, and
oh, Crash Bandy, sorry to hear that.
Oh, the first ones are always hard. Trust me. My first run, I had like 2 people, and I was happy when I had 6.
Yeah, 22 is the most I've gotten.
I think I've topped out. My max is 78.
After this, I'm going to start. I've already made the thumbnail, so I'm going to start promoting the crap out of this Sunday. So hopefully, I can build more.
Oh, I'll make sure I post it into my community link for you.
Hey, I appreciate it, bud.
And if I do that, I might be able to build it up to like 45, 50.
Cool. Could use the watch time.
And then I think we're gonna raid this place next.
Where are we going?
Crash Bandy.
Oh yeah, we're gonna give ourselves a few more minutes here, but we're gonna go raid Ken's vlogs, I think.
17 hours ago, when you did your live stream, I was at my son's basketball game.
Yeah. But Crash Bandy K, we're gonna go raid Ken's vlogs in about 2 minutes. She always complains because she doesn't know where we're going. I come back and I watch my stuff and see what's going on. Yeah, I think Ken's best friend followed him over there. Know what I'm talking about?
No.
No, Grant does.
Sam?
Yep.
He goes live when I'm normally at work. I don't get a lot of chance to go over to Ken's.
Yeah.
He's been rolling here lately.
Been rolling really well, but yeah, we have about 60 seconds, and now he's stretching out and trying to grow to get my last 197 I need for the end of the month. Oh, PD Fish just send you a shirt. Hey, PD Fishing, I want one.
I'll wear it proudly, PD.
Hey, Crash Bandy K, we're going to go raid Ken's vlogs in about 60 seconds. I got his information, and we're going to put hashtag Cool Raiders in. This is also where we're going to end the show, guys. So if Blue Collar Fisher and Grant want to say goodbye.
Goodbye. Everybody have a great day.
Goodbye. Thanks for watching.
And here's the link, guys. Thank you guys for coming. Until next time, keep fishing.